Monica Lynn. It says, I am 9 years old and I am a computer programmer. Programmers are people that know computer languages. I was talking to my mom and she's like, oh, well, you know, I remember having to go to the computer room and having to work overnight. I was like, wait, I remember going with you overnight. Is that what you were doing? She's like, yeah, I mean, I was the only woman and the only African-American woman for 10 years in my company as a programmer. I was like, wait a minute, let's start over. Say that again? You're gonna need to tell me more about your experiences. And when I started to think about some of the things that I dealt with in 2021, 2022 as a female engineer and working in IT, I realized there was a story to be told. And because I personally love STEM and work in STEM, I decided to start sharing those stories in a young and creative way. I speak multiple languages, not languages like English, Spanish, or French, but computer languages. And computer languages are how programmers make things work. Being a native from Kansas City, Kansas, I had a dance studio here and I worked with lots of young girls and I had an outlet to be creative. But when I relocated to Houston and started to grow my career in the technology space, I got away from it. And that's when I realized that I can coexist and be creative and start writing instead of talking so much. Why don't I just put it down on paper? And what I found during this journey, there are still a lot of adult women who don't understand the careers that exist in STEM. And so the books that I decided to write were informative for the child reader, but also if an adult reader is reading it, I hope that they get inspired to look into careers in STEM. Being in STEM for me is about giving. And so if I can take a girl who is in 7th grade or 4th grade and say, hey, have you thought about being a programmer? And they've never even heard the term. Even if one out of one of my classes per day decides to go that route, I've done my job.